foundational earthing system, that energy will go through your appliances, your walls, or your wiring instead. In this video, hey guys, welcome to Asher and Gad channel, making Africa home again, one family at a time. Most houses don't fail because of poor wiring. They fail because the earthing system was not thought of properly. Okay, it was not coordinated properly. If lightning strikes nearby or a fault occurs, the electricity needs somewhere safe to go. If your house doesn't have a proper foundational earthing system, that energy will go through your appliances, your walls, or your wiring instead. In this video, I will show you how the earthing should be integrated from the foundation stage and how lightning protection ties into that same system, the correct engineering way. What is earthing really for? Earthing is not just about passing the inspection. I mean, that's important as well. But earthing is about fault energy dissipation. The job of earthing is to carry fault current safely into the ground, okay? Prevent dangerous touch voltages, protect people, animals, appliances, and the structure. Provide a reference point for surge protection and lightning protection system. This is the job of earthing. A weak earth makes every other protection system vulnerable. Earthing systems are not systems that should be retrofitted really, because it's a key system, it's the backbone of the electrical installation. So, retrofitting is not great. It should be thought about as you go along. Okay, most homes try to fix earthing after the house is built. Some homes, not most, some homes, sorry. That usually means one shallow earth rod. The earth resistance didn't comply. It wasn't less than 10 ohms. The earth rods are too close together. It doesn't work. Dry soil, poor resistance, no redundancy. Okay, the right chemicals were not put into the ground to help the earthing resistance. Okay, this works on paper, but not during a lightning or major faults.
Are you looking to build your dream home in Ghana? Or are you building already? Would you benefit from regular site visits to monitor your building and receive regular progress reports? Well, if that's the case, and that's you, look no further. Asher and Gad Consultancy at your service. We offer the following services: electrical design, construction monitoring inspections, site progress reports, consultation for all items MEP, witnessing of testing and commissioning, periodic snagging, vetting of specialist subcontractors. We also report site activities to you to hopefully help you spend your money efficiently and much, much more. Get in contact for your building needs. Details on the screen. Asher and Gad Consultancy, making Africa home again, one family at a time.
The best earthing system is installed before concrete is poured. Okay, you can integrate the earthing with the structural reinforcement bars, the rods, on the foundation before the concrete is poured. That's the most effective, solid earthing system, because you're using the steel reinforcement bars to form part of your earthing and lightning protection system. That's the best. That is the best. Okay, and that is what we call foundation earthing or ring earthing. Foundation earthing. The strongest earthing system uses the building foundation itself. This involves installing copper tape or a bare copper conductor laid continuously around the foundation perimeter. You then bond it to the steel reinforcement, as in the rebars of the foundation, as I said earlier. Then you fully encase the whole lot in concrete. This is the strongest earthing system. If you haven't done your foundation yet and you're watching this video, stop, go back, do this before you pour the concrete. You will not have any issues with the earthing. Why does this work? Number one, the concrete retains the moisture. Number two, it's a large surface contact with the soil. Number three, it gives you an extremely low resistance. Number four, it's long-term stability, because you've got the copper conductor that is clamped to the steel reinforcement rebars, clamped in place, tested, and the concrete everything rigidly in place in contact with the soil, it is a strong earthing system. This is called foundational earth or ring earth. Once the concrete sets, you've created a permanent high quality earth electrode. Earthing connection points. From the foundation earthing system, you must bring dedicated earth tails into the main distribution board, the generator earthing point, the solar inverter earth. And if you are one of my, if you are an American client, which I have many of, if you are installing a 110 volt system, the transformer itself also needs its own dedicated earth. The 110 transformer must have its own dedicated earth, and you bring that tail from the foundational earth system to the 110 transformer. Okay, lightning protection down conductor. You bring the down conductor to connect to that foundation earth. All metal services, if you have any metal pipe work, staircase, balustrades, handrails, water tanks. Okay, water tanks are not typically not metallic in Ghana, so that's fine. But anything metallic, you connect to the foundational earth system. The foundational earth system is connected to the steel reinforcement rebars, right? Which are, if you like, I'll show you a picture, which are laid above the foundation soil before the concrete is poured. Don't forget that rebar is also, the columns that are going up the building also have rebars in them. They connect to the same rebars in the foundation, right? When you do your balustrades, when they do the balustrades, they knock out the concrete and they weld the balustrade metal to the steel rods or steel rebars in the columns. Right? So everything is connected together. The balustrade metallic work is connected to the rebars in the column. The rebars in the column are connected to the foundational reinforcement rebars. And then the foundational reinforcement rebars have concrete over them. And then they have the copper tapes connecting them to the various services I talked about earlier on, which obviously is in contact with the soil as well. So the whole house becomes the same potential zone. Everything bonds to one common earth system. If you have separate earths, it can cause voltage differences, and that is dangerous. Lightning protection integration. Lightning protection is not that separate from earthing in a sense, yeah? Lightning protection, a proper system, includes the air termination or the lightning rod at roof level. In Ghana, some people call it, the arrestor. Yeah, I'll show you a picture. It's above the roof. It's like an aerial spike that collects the charges when there's lightning in the area. Okay. Then you have a down conductor, which is either copper or aluminium. I would recommend copper. It's a 25 by 3 mil copper tape. I would recommend the one that has got insulation around it, not the bare copper. Okay. You can normally it is bolted on the surface of the building, but if you don't want to see it, when the block work is done, you can bring the tape onto the block work and plaster over the tape. And if you're going to plaster over the down conductor tape, you must use the one that has got insulation over the copper tape, because copper and concrete can have unwanted reactions. Okay. So that's the down conductor. It can be aluminium as well. Note, aluminium down conductors is a good product. It's not inferior. Aluminium down conductors are actually cheaper, okay? But it is harder to install. The metal is physically harder than the copper. So your electrician may charge you a bit more labor, because it's going to be more frustrating and need more muscle power for him to install that aluminium down conductor, but it is cheaper, okay? Then you have the direct connection to the foundation earth. That is your lightning protection system. Air termination rod, some people call arrestor, down conductor, copper or aluminium with insulation around it, on the surface of the building or inside the plaster, as long as there's insulation around it, yeah? And then the direct connection to the foundational earth. The goal is to control the discharge, okay? That is your lightning protection system. If lightning hits, right, that excessive current flows down the conductor into the foundational earth system, and then it would disperse safely into the soil. No sparks inside the building, no damage to wiring, no fire risk. When it disperses, how does it disperse safely into the soil? Because remember, the foundational reinforcement, the rebars, Okay, they are themselves in contact with the soil. They are themselves in contact, and the columns that are coming when you're digging your foundation. I'll show you a picture. When you're digging the pathways in the ground for your walls, and you're digging the foundation, you've got all those rebars of the columns that are going to form the structures, and it's in contact with the soil that comes up throughout the building. Then the ground floor, after you do your compacting, that you're going to have another layer of steel reinforcement rebars, and they are also all going to be interconnected with those same rebars that are going up the building to form the columns, and everything is connected to the mass of earth, to the soil. So you've got all that metalwork all connected together, all in parallel with each other, giving you a very, very low resistance and a very, 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 very effective earthing system. Such a system, perfect. You're going to have a very, very, very low earth resistance when it's tested. Now, if you're too late for the foundational earth system, then obviously you've got no choice but to use the earth rods. Earth rods can work, but they're not as efficient and don't give you a very strong earth resistance or very low earth resistance. The earth rod themselves can corrode, especially in Ghana if you don't get the right earth rod material. Sometimes if you don't buy it from the right place, you can get a copper coated earth rod, and it's not the right pure copper. Yeah, if you know what I mean. That means it will lose its effectiveness over time. Okay, if you're designing from scratch, I would say the earth rod should only be supplemental, bonded to the foundational earth itself, and installed in multiple locations if needed. Okay, if you didn't do the foundation earthing, that's not a problem, as long as you get the right quality of earth rod and you install them correctly, the right diameter, the right length, and spaced adequately, then you should be okay. But if you're starting from scratch, use the foundational earth system. It is much, much better. Never rely on a single earth rod for a modern house. It doesn't work. Common design mistakes. Mistakes that I see occasionally in some homes: the earth rod is installed after tiling. Well, how are you going to bring the earth cable in? There's no earth bonding to the reinforcement rebars that are in the building structure. The lightning rod is not connected to the earth. Separate earthing for the generator and the house. No testing after installation. The system looks fine until something goes wrong. Testing and verification. A proper system must be tested using an earth resistance tester. Picture on your screen. Continuity testing. Bond verification. If the resistance is too high, let's say above 10 ohms, then you need to add, if you haven't done the foundational earth system, then you will need to add supplementary earth rods in the ground, improve soil contact, increase the earth conductor length, and interconnect the rods together, provided they are spaced apart sufficiently. It's never guesswork. It's always a test. Now, what I'll tell you in my many years of experience, a foundational earth system never fails the test, because there's just so much interconnection going on that the resistance is almost always so very low, and it's a very, very strong earthing system. And that is what I would recommend if you are beginning your journey of building your home in Ghana or anywhere else, depending if you are at the right stage, that is. What I'll say finally about earthing: if earthing is wrong, everything else is compromised. The circuit breakers, the surge protective devices, the automatic voltage regulators, AVR, the inverters, none of them can protect you without a solid earth. The earth is the reference. The earth is the safety reference. Okay? If you're building, integrate earthing before the foundation concrete is poured. If you've already built, no problems, assess the situation and upgrade immediately. This one decision can save lives, not just appliances. Hope that was useful, guys. That's another video done. As usual, like, share, subscribe, hype the video. From Guy is Chemist here, and from me, guys, Yebeshia. See you next time.